Breaking news into CBS Sports HQ, where Devin Fitzgerald, the son of future Pro Football Hall of Famer Larry Fitzgerald, is moments away from making his college commitment. Fitzgerald is the #2 wideout out of the state of Arizona, and he will be choosing from one of the following 4 schools: UCLA, Clemson, Notre Dame, or Stanford. And for more, we send it out to national recruiting editor for 24/7 Sports, Brandon Huffman, who's standing by with the Fitzgerald family. Take it away, Brandon.
Well, it's a big day, obviously, for the Fitzgerald family, which has known some great NFL success, great collegiate success, but now we're going to be finding out in just a second where Devin Fitzgerald is headed for college. We go down to Coronado, California, just outside San Diego, where we're joined by Devin. Devin, thanks for joining us for this day.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm here with my mom, Angie, and my dad, Larry Fitzgerald, and it's just a great day to announce.
Devin, you've obviously grown up around the game of football. What has the process been like going from those first early offers, the first days that you were starting to get recruited, to now having the opportunity to pick between these 4 schools and make your announcement today?
Yeah, for me, I thought recruiting started off a little slow, and it really picked up after my junior year, after I had a great season, and it feels great to be recognized now as a national recruit.
Well, I know you got a full crowd out in the audience there in Coronado that has all joined together for this day, and it's been a long time in the making. But before we find out where you're going to be playing your college football, I know you want to take an opportunity to thank all those people that have been there to support you along the way.
Yeah, I do, for sure. So, thank you all for being here today to share this incredible moment with me and my family. When I first started playing football, watching my dad play in the NFL, I never imagined I'd be standing here today about to announce one of the biggest decisions of my life. Like most kids, I wanted to be like my hero, my dad. That dream of playing on the biggest stage has driven me since I was little. I remember being 13 years old at a friend's birthday party, and while everyone else was staying up late, I told them I had to go to sleep early because I had to work out in the morning. That's when I knew it wasn't just a game for me. It was my passion and my goal. This journey has been filled with early morning practices, late night film sessions, victories that lifted us up, and defeats that taught us resilience. Through it all, I've been surrounded by people who believed in me, pushed me, and helped shape not just the player I've become, but the person I am today. First, I want to thank my parents, Mom and Dad. You've been my biggest supporters from day one. You drove me to countless practices, cheered me on from the sidelines in all kinds of weather, and taught me that hard work and dedication are the foundations of any dream worth pursuing. Your sacrifices haven't gone unnoticed, and I hope to make you proud every single day. To my coaches, both past and present, thank you for seeing the potential in me when I couldn't see it in myself. To Coach Jewell, my head coach at Brophy, and my offensive coordinator, Coach Cotton, you've taught me that football is more than just a game. It's about teamwork, leadership, and never giving up when the odds are stacked up against you. You've prepared me not just for the next level of football, but for life itself. To my teammates, you've been my brothers through this journey. We've shed blood, sweat, and tears together. We've celebrated victories and learned from our losses side by side. The bonds we formed on and off the field will last a lifetime, and I'm grateful for every single one of you. To my family, friends, and the entire community, your support has meant everything to me. You've shown up when it mattered most and helped create the foundation that has brought me to this moment. Through this recruiting process, I've been blessed to visit some incredible universities and meet outstanding coaches and players. Each school offers something special. I want to thank all the coaches who believed in me and took the time to recruit me. This decision wasn't easy. I have nothing but respect for every program that showed interest in me. And after careful consideration and many conversations with my family, I'm excited to announce that I'll be continuing my academic and athletic career at the University of Notre Dame. Ooh.
All right, there you have it. Devin Fitzgerald is headed to play for Marcus Freeman and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Devin, I know this has been a long process. You narrowed it down to 6 schools. North Carolina and Arizona State were also included. You got it down to UCLA, Stanford, Clemson, and Notre Dame. Ultimately, what was it about Notre Dame that made them the pick for you?
Notre Dame represents everything I've been working toward. It's a place where I can grow as a student athlete, where I can be a part of tradition that demands both excellence in the classroom and on the field. The Fighting Irish have a legacy of producing not only great football players, but also great men who make a difference in their communities and around the world. When I visited Notre Dame, everything just felt right. The other recruits I met were amazing, the goals that aligned with mine, and it just felt amazing. Sitting in Coach Freeman's office, just talking with him not only about football, but also about life, he showed me what kind of life-changing program really is. Also, I've actually known Coach Brown, the wide receivers coach, since I was 5 years old, when he and my dad became friends during their NFL careers. So there's already that family connection in Notre Dame that means so much to me. I'm thrilled to join Coach Freeman and his staff and to become part of the Fighting Irish family. I know the road ahead won't be easy, however, I'm ready for the challenge. I'm ready to give everything I have to help bring championships to South Bend while earning my degree from one of the finest institutions in the country. This is just the beginning of the next chapter in my story. I promise to represent my family, my community, and Notre Dame with the same pride and dedication that got me here today. Thank you all so much for being here and being a part of this journey. Go Irish.
Devin, one of the things that really stood out to you along the way was the amount of NFL legacies that have had sons go on to play at Notre Dame. On your visit, you were with Keaton Finley and Thomas Davis Jr. You said you met with Jerome Bettis Jr. and Bryce Young, whose dad Brian played there. You know, how much of that tradition factored into your decision, especially with so many NFL players sending their son to play for Coach Freeman?
I mean, having all the legacies there, there's a lot of kids that are just like me that have had to grow up with having a famous dad and just trying to make a name for themselves. So that being there definitely played into my decision, being around like Jerome and Thomas Davis and Caden, like all those guys. We're all like-minded, have the same goals, and we're going to help push each other in the classroom and on the field.
Notre Dame played for a national championship this past season. Obviously, things are trending up. Keaton Finley announced his decision to the Irish on Friday. What are your expectations for yourself to play as a true freshman, and what kind of contribution do you think you're going to bring to the Irish offense?
Well, my goal as a freshman there, really, I'm focused on my senior year right now with my team, and I just want to go help them win a championship this year and make the Open. But as a freshman, I really want to strive to earn everything there. I'm not expecting anything to just be handed to me. I know I got to go there and earn my spot like I would anywhere. So I'm just expecting to excel in the classroom and on the field.
All right, well, there you have it. Marcus Freeman adds another NFL legacy to his burgeoning roster. We'll go back to Coronado after the break to talk with Larry Fitzgerald about his son Devin's commitment. But Devin, congratulations with the Irish.
Here we go. The 2025 CBS Sports NFL schedule is here. 18 glorious Sundays.
He's got his receiver touchdown.
Filled with rematches.
Oh, the play of the year.
And rivalries.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Plus, plenty of superstar showdowns. And an epic matchup between the Chiefs and Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Clear your Sundays beginning September 7th for the NFL on CBS and Paramount+.
Someone targeted our daughter.
What are we going to do about it? I've got an idea.
Let's go.
NCIS, Tony and Ziva streaming this fall on Paramount+.
One of the best movies of the year is now streaming on Paramount+.
What are we dealing with here?
There's a hostage situation.
Get the crew in. It's gripping from beginning to end.
We can't make one mistake.
September 5, now streaming on Paramount+.
The
most original musical ever is now streaming on Paramount Plus.
I'm just giving the people what they want.
Better Man absolutely sizzles from start to finish. Better Man, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is Chicago. Street's always gonna have a villain.
To protect the city, we have to do something. Women, it's time to get to work.
The Shot, new season streaming May 16th, only on the Paramount Plus with Showtime plan.
These are the voyagers of the Patrick Starship Enterprise.
Where's the sponge?
We're dream.
Whether you like SpongeBob, Star Trek, or both, find your mountain on Paramount Plus.
Hi. Novocaine?
Novocaine!
Novocaine is now streaming on Paramount Plus.
You're gonna love this.
Oh, you're strong!
It's wildly entertaining and an absolute blast.
I'm in.
Novocaine, rated R, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
I wasn't ready to die.
The wait is over.
I need to know what happened.
Discover the mystery everyone's been talking about. School Spirits, every episode of all seasons now streaming on Paramount Plus.
What's he like? The happy-faced killer?
You mean my dad? Be glad you never have to know.
You think that you're so much better than me. You're just like your old man.
I'm not like you at all.
Problem solved.
Mobland, new series now streaming on Paramount Plus.
She knows, and I know she knows. And that goes a little something like this. Here we go. Little something, little tune to play, make a good time roll.
There are some things in life that you can't quite explain.
An extraordinary story.
Maybe it sounds flawless, looks effortless, or makes you feel like a part of history.
The first ever goal for BFC.
And when all of those phenomenons come together, it's perfect. Pitch perfect.
Sports news all the time.
We've got breaking news to bring to you.
CBS Sports HQ gives you a snapshot of all the sports that matter to you.
Big news coming out of the NFL. A lot of movement in the rankings this week.
With highlights.
What a finish at the final round of play.
And in-depth analysis.
Can they three-peat? Tony Romo joins the conversation.
What can you say about this game?
When you need your sports in a snap,
We're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
find it on CBS Sports HQ. Streaming free anywhere you are.
The sports world never sleeps.
And neither do we.
Catch up with Brandon and Zach on the Morning Buzz Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on CBS Sports HQ. The Morning Buzz brings you the latest storylines and highlights with expert analysis to get you dialed in. So grab your coffee and kickstart your day off right with the Morning Buzz only on CBS Sports HQ.
Cardinals Cubs Saints running back Alvin Kamara thrown out the first pitch, and well, it wasn't his best attempt. He was able to run it back though, got a better one after that one. The Cubs put up a franchise record 8 home runs in their win over the Cardinals. They're looking to keep the long ball going. As we take to the bottom of the second, leadoff batter Michael Busch just launches one deep to center. That's a solo homer, his 18th home run of the season. Cubs down 2-1. Busch has had 4 home runs and 5 at-bats. Efficient. Top of the fourth, Nolan Gorman lifts one deep to center. That's over the ivy. It's a solo homer. Cardinals up 3-1. Gorman's 8th of the season. To the bottom of the 6th, Cubs now down 3-2 off a sac fly. Nico Horner hits a fly ball into center, and it finds the grass. Carson Kelly scores. This one's tied at 3. 4 pitches later, Kyle Leahy throws a high heater that gets past Pedro Pages. Cubs up 4-3. Now, how you want to give up the go-ahead run? Bottom of the 7th, same score. Kelly belts one. That's deep to left for a solo shot. Cubs up 5-3. Kelly's 11th homer of the season. To the top of the 8th, Alec Burleson crushes one deep to center for a solo shot. Cardinals down 5-4 would tie off an RBI single. Burleson's 11th home run of the season. Later in the inning, Joel Pozo pinch hitting for Pajes launches one deep to left for a 3-run homer, his third of the season. The Cardinals take an 8-5 lead off the 5-run inning. They'd go on to win this one 8-6. The Phillies enter Saturday a half a game ahead of the Mets for first place in the NL East. Pick this one up top of the first, 1 on, 2 outs. Former Philly Austin Hayes flies one to shallow center field. Edmundo Sosa coming in and makes the running grab. What a play from Sosa to end the first. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Phillies now trailing 1-0. Sosa goes deep to right for an opposite field solo homer. We're tied at 1. Sosa's 3rd of the year. Have a day, Sosa. Doing it on both sides of the field. Bottom of the 6th, same score. Alec Boehm crushes it 400 feet to left center. That's a 2-run homer, and the Phillies take a 3-1 lead. Boehm's 8th of the year. To the bottom of the 8th, same score. Kyle Schwarber crushes it deep to left. That's a 2-run home run, his 27th of the year. And the Phillies go on to win this one 5-1.
Red Sox coming off an offensive outburst, scoring 11 runs in the series opener. Trying to carry the momentum into Saturday. Top of the 3rd, Red Sox up 3-0. Runners on 1st and 2nd, 2 outs. Jaron Duran, deep to right. Dylan Lyle, slow to get the ball in. So it's a 2-run triple for Mr. Duran. Red Sox up 5-0, his league-leading 10th triple of the season. That's right. Roll the cameras. 2 batters later, Cedon Rafaela. First pitch to left. Forget about it. Tacked on another to cap a 7-run 3rd inning. Red Sox go on to win 10-3. We got back-to-back games with a 7-run inning for the first time since 2019.
All right, we go back to Coronado, California. We are joined by future NFL Hall of Famer Larry Fitzgerald. Larry, you've had quite the career as a player in college and the NFL, but today you have probably your most rewarding role as father. What was it like watching your son Devin go through the recruiting process as a dad, especially having gone through it yourself 20 years ago? What was this process like, being his counsel and being his father along the way?
It's a very different process. You know, it's what we went through 20+ years ago is very different. This is a lot, more personal communication with the recruits. I remember when I was going through it, like they would call the house. You had the house line, and they would talk to everybody at the house before they talked to you. And this is very different. So it's really good because the coaches get a chance to build relationships with the young men. And so Devin was able to do that with multiple universities and schools. And so, I really kind of just try to, stay out of it as best I could in terms of like not being an overbearing parent and, just trying to give him advice when he asked me for it. But, the reason he chose Notre Dame is because of the connection he had with Coach Freeman, his staff, and just the university, man. It's a really special place, and Coach Freeman has done an unbelievable job of, bringing Notre Dame back to prominence, and I'm really looking forward to watching my son and so many other young players go there and excel.
You mentioned Coach Freeman, and Devin also mentioned the amount of NFL legacies that have gone on there. Jerome Bettis Jr., Bryce Young's dad, Bryant played there. Obviously, Kadon Finley announced yesterday Joe Michael having played in the NFL, and then Thomas Davis. There was a viral picture a couple weeks ago of all of you guys with your sons. But was that something that really stood out to you, too, is how many former NFL players felt confident and comfortable with Coach Freeman to send their son to go play for him in the Irish? Yeah, look, you saw these former NFL players that have sent their son to go play for the Irish. Was that something that really stood out to you, that Coach Freeman, has so many former players that have sent their son to go play for him with Notre Dame? We'll head it back to our anchor, Chris Williamson.
All right, thank you so much, Brandon. Technical difficulties on our end, but listen, Devin Fitzgerald is going to Notre Dame. We'll break it all down with Brendan Huffman after the break.
Here we go. The 2025 CBS Sports NFL schedule is here. 18 glorious Sundays.
He's got his receiver touchdown.
Filled with rematches.
Oh, the play of the year.
And rivalries.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Plus, plenty of superstar showdowns. And an epic matchup between the Chiefs and Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Clear your Sundays beginning September 7th for the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Someone targeted our daughter.
What are we going to do about it? I've got an idea.
Let's go.
NCIS Tony and Ziva streaming this fall on Paramount Plus.
One of the best movies of the year is now streaming on Paramount Plus.
What are we dealing with here?
There's a hostage situation.
Get the crew in. It's gripping from beginning to end.
We can't make one mistake.
September 5, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
The most original musical ever is now streaming on Paramount Plus.
I'm just giving the people what they want.
Better Man absolutely sizzles from start to finish. Better Man, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is Chicago. Street's always gonna have a villain.
To protect the city, we have to do something. Women, it's time to get to work.
The Shot, new season streaming May 16th, only on the Paramount Plus with Showtime plan.
These are the voyagers of the Patrick Starship Enterprise.
Where's the sponge?
Weird dream.
Whether you like SpongeBob, Star Trek, or both, find your mountain on Paramount Plus.
Hi. Novocaine?
Novocaine!
Novocaine is now streaming on Paramount Plus.
You're gonna love this.
Oh, you're strong!
It's wildly entertaining and an absolute blast.
I'm in.
Novocaine, rated R, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
I wasn't ready to die.
The wait is over.
I need to know what happened.
Discover the mystery everyone's been talking about. School Spirits, every episode of all seasons now streaming on Paramount Plus.
What's he like? The happy-faced killer?
You mean my dad? Be glad you never have to know.
You think that you're so much better than me. You're just like your old man.
I'm not like you at all.
Problem solved.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
Mobland, new series now streaming on Paramount Plus.
She knows, and I know she knows. And that goes a little something like this. Here we go. Little something, little tune to play, make a good time
Devin Fitzgerald is on his way to Notre Dame. He committed right here on CBS Sports HQ. The 6'2", 205-pound wideout chose the Fighting Irish over Clemson, UCLA, and Stanford. Fitzgerald joins a Notre Dame recruiting class that ranks firmly in the top 5 in the nation. And with that, we bring in Brandon Huffman for more on Fitzgerald's commitment to the Fighting Irish. And Brandon, when you look at Devin's current game and the fact that his future Hall of Fame father taught him the game, what should be the expectations for him when he steps on the campus in 2026 for the Fighting Irish?
I actually compare his game very similar to Jaden Greathouse, who will probably be the Irish's main receiver this fall. You know, he's not going to blow you away with elite speed, but he consistently gets separation from the defensive backs. He's a big, strong, physical pass catcher, and he reminds you a lot of his dad in the way he plays the game, the way he's just, able to use the physicality to kind of overmatch defensive backs. And so he's been around the game. He said that, a lot of guys have coaches. When your dad is one of the greatest players to ever do it, and he's teaching you things, you tend to listen a little bit more, maybe more than most kids listen to their father.
Absolutely. He certainly has a leg up on some of his peers. Now, when it comes to this recruiting class, we already mentioned their top 5 according to you guys. What makes this recruiting class so dynamic that you have them all the way at the top?
Well, when you got a defensive-minded head coach, a lot of times you're going to win with your defense. But you're starting to see that the offense, especially with Mike Dunbrock running things at Notre Dame, they're really adding pieces. They've got P.J. Carr potentially lined up to be their quarterback for the next couple of years. They've got a lot of talent at the offensive position, especially in the running back. But now they're really enhancing their receiving group. Dylan Faison, whose brother Jordan's on the team. They got Kayvon Finley to announce on Friday. There still may be another receiver that adds himself to the mix this weekend. And now you throw in Devin Fitzgerald. This is the third time in the last 5 years they've gone to Brophy Prep. Ben Morrison, the former All-American, played at Brophy Prep. His good friend and teammate last year, Creed Thomas, is now a freshman. But now they go to the offensive side of the ball. And I think Devin can be a guy that ends up being an instant impact player because I think he's still just scratching the surface of his talent.
Yeah, I do too. When you look at his tape, a lot of excitement here from Marcus Freeman coming off that national championship run where they were running up to Ohio State. Brendan Huffman, we appreciate the insight, man.
Thank you, guys.
And for more from the recruiting world, you're going to want to check out 24/7 Sports. They have you covered with team and player rankings, transfer portal updates, and so much more. Head to 24/7 Sports right now.
Here we go. The 2025 CBS Sports NFL schedule is here. 18 glorious Sundays.
He's got his receiver touchdown.
Filled with rematches.
Oh, the play of the year.
And rivalries.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Plus, plenty of superstar showdowns and an epic matchup between